Orientation is fine.
So I'm supposed to read all the whereas and things?
I think so, yeah.
Yikes.
You want me to go?
Holy shit.
I think
Orientation is left. Yes.
Yeah, but the small house is 22. So that has to Do I need to read it?
Let me check. Probably not.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I need another level of excitement. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, I love it. I love the passion. So we're now going to call this meeting to order. Good morning. My name is Nikki Lucas. I'm appointed by the chair of County Committee, Kings County Democratic County Committee, as per Article 4, Section 2 of the Kings County Democratic County Committee. Pursuant to the provisions of Section 112, 1B of the New York State Election Law, the rules for the government of the Kings County Democratic Committee as amended on September 15, 2022, and the September 11, 2024 notice of this meeting issued pursuant to those rules, I call the 2024 organizational meeting of the Kings County Democratic County Committee to order at 12:01 p.m. We will now have the presentation of colors, which will be followed by Pledge of Allegiance by Sabrina Gates, District Leader from the 52nd AD, singing. Listen to me, y'all. Let me stop this for a second. If you disagree with something, that's great. But let's not be disrespectful. We're all humans in here, okay? I'm just asking for a little bit of respect. Can we do that? Can we all agree to do that, please? That's all I'm asking for, okay?
I mean, that's a disrespectful.
And then the singing of the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you. Presentation of the colors. Thank you for that.
Thank you for standing with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. I know y'all don't expect me to sing the Star Spangled. Again, welcome. At this time, the chair, which is myself, will recognize the parliamentarian to share some specifics surrounding the rules for debate for this meeting. The chair recognizes Robert Robinson, PRP.
Thank you. You can clap. You can clap. You just got the clap. You just got my claps. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, right. Because it's good afternoon at 12:03, right? To that point though, we started later than we expected. We know that everyone has other things to do. And so we want to have a very efficient, very respectful meeting today, right? If this is your first time here, raise your hand. Welcome. Welcome. Right, and so those who have been here before know me. My name is Robert Robinson. I am a professional registered parliamentarian. My role here at the meeting is to assist the chair in moving the meeting along in an efficient and an orderly fashion. Right, and so for those of you who are here for the first time, it's my responsibility to share with you some of the rules for decorum and debate and the way that we're going to operate here today. Right? This meeting of the Kings County Democratic County Committee and all subsequent meetings are governed by the Parliamentary Authority, Robert's Rules of Order. Some of us bring different understandings about what that means to the table based on your level of experience in other organizations you served in. Most of that is what we call custom practice. The reason why I'm here is to share with you the way that it's supposed to be done according to the book, right? And so let me just share a few things for you to inform your understanding. The first thing is that if you're going to speak, someone's going to give you the mic. You must stand, state your full name, and the AD that you represent for the record, right? So you want to articulate that clearly. First point is that all questions must be directed to and through the chair. You cannot just stand up and speak. You must be assigned the floor. So if you wish to address the assembly, the body, you must raise your hand, and the chair recognizes you. Once the chair recognizes you, you have the floor. No one else can speak while you have the floor. So I know that in the halls of Congress, they do filibustering, people yell, they do all those other kinds of things. They're doing that for C-SPAN and for their folks back home, right? Here, we want to make sure that we are observing the rules for decorum and debate, so when someone's speaking, no one else should be speaking, right? Secondly, you do not address the person who spoke before you by name. Well, Tasha said blah, 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 but she was wrong. All that means is you and Tasha are going to be outside in a disagreement because Tasha took that personally. According to Robert's Rules of Order, which is our rules, right, you are to say the previous speaker said if you wish to refer to something that the one who spoke before you spoke. You cannot name a person by name. That takes the personalities out of things. Does that make sense? Yes. Right? And so do not refer to anyone by name. Debate will be limited to 1 minute. We're trying to go home, right? And so whatever it is that you have to say, you want to get it said. You have a minute, and we have a timekeeper who's going to keep the time. Someone wishing to speak in favor of the motion speaks, and then the chair will recognize someone who wishes to speak in opposition to the motion, not the person who spoke. We're not speaking in opposition to people because we're all here to do the people's business, right? So you're speaking in opposition to the motion, so they're going to recognize someone for and against, whatever the question is, until the time is exhausted. Once the time is exhausted, we are going to move on. So once that 5 minutes is up, which is how much time we have for debate for a question, because again, we're trying to go home, that is it. And we're going to move on, right? Okay, last thing, and I'm done. Points of order. People are confused about what points of order are in many organizations. A point of order refers to an infraction of the rules. Not you disagreed with the person who spoke before you, not you've been waiting for 10 minutes to speak and you didn't get your chance, not what the person said before you was incorrect in your opinion. That's not a point of order. A point of order is an infraction of the rules. And when you are articulating a point of order, you must state what rule was broken. If you cannot do that, that is not a point of order. Please sit down. Right? Okay, last thing. I was asked to let everyone know, do not plug anything into the walls. Right? Because if you do, then that's going to create some kind of a power surge, and then we're never going home. Fair enough? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we are going to go to the report of the Credentials Committee. Under Article 3, Section 4 of the rules, 450 county committee members present in person or by proxy is required to conduct the business of the meeting. I now call upon Sabrina Gates of the 52nd Assembly District, Chair of the Credentials Committee, to report on how many county committee members are present either in person or by proxy. As per the report of the Credentials Committee, we have, is that you?
So before we give the report, I'm going to turn the mic over to Trina Brown, who is going to go over some relevant information with all of you. Did everyone hear that? So I'm going to turn the mic over to Trina Brown, who is going to tell you some relevant information about our clickers and the voting process. Okay, so thank you everybody for your participation with this process. We had many people come and deliver proxies to our office, as well as submit them in the mail. It is much appreciated, so we are able to have quorum here today. I want to thank all of the folks that served as proxy holders and all of those members of our lovely county committee who are joining us here today. Your being here makes this work, and we really appreciate all of your voices in this program. This was a long process of putting everything together. We took also nominations for various officers as well as nominations for fillers. And we had quite a few, and we are much appreciative of that because that makes us a full body. So that is the general things about what the Credentials Committee did over the past week or 2 weeks. If anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to me offline and I can address them.
You have to announce how many people.
Yes.
Good morning. Afternoon. So you each should have a clicker that was registered to you when you came in. If you will pull that out, it should already be turned on. If it is not on, please press the power button, which is located in the bottom right-hand corner. So you should see a little battery meter and some numbers in your display. As we go through, when the chair announces that you may vote, you will press either number 1 or number 2 on your device. Number 1 for slate A1, number 2 for slate B2. In addition, if we have any yes/no questions, it will be a 1 for yes or a 2 for no. You will see the number in your display, followed by a counted message a few moments later. Okay, so we will do a test. We would like to do a test and make sure we have a quorum. So at this time, please press number 1 on your device. You should see the 1, and then you should see the counted message. Give you about 30 more seconds. If you have pressed a number that is not number 1, you will see an X in your display. So just press number 1. Okay, any questions? If not, yes.
How do we know that our proxies were counted?
So all of the proxies were loaded into the system, into the database on the back end. Okay, yeah, we'll show the results right now. Okay, so we had 1,066 present votes, which include the in-person and the proxies. will now hand it back over to Sabrina to continue with the credentials. If you do have any questions about your voting device during the process, please see me up front.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to hand over the mic to our chair who's presiding over. My name is Rodneyse Bichotte Hermelyn. I'm also the Assemblywoman. I'm also the chair of the Democratic Party. I want to welcome everyone for being here and thank you for being patient. It's a lot of work, everyone. But we invest in all of you because we believe in democracy and we believe in Brooklyn, who's the #1 largest county in the whole state of New York, yes. We believe in inclusivity, transparency, and making sure that everything that we do are accountable for, but most importantly, that everybody's engaged. And I want to thank all of you for being here because everyone is looking to us to be the model. Right? To us to be the model. We're hoping that this goes through very well. We have learned from the past county committee meetings, and we have grown and we have progressed. Okay? And that's what this is all about. And so with that said, any questions as it relates to your clicker, we have Trina who's here who can answer any questions, and I'm going to give this mic back to our chair, Chair Lucas, and Chair Lucas will introduce everybody who's on the dais so that you know who everybody else is on the dais, and we are going to continue with this meeting. Thank you so much, everyone.
As per the report of the Credentials Committee, we have 1,066 combined proxies and in-person county committee members present, with 2 assembly districts present. Is that accurate? Madam Chair, a quorum is present. Okay. I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Demers Gold. I'm Deputy Law Chair, sitting in for Anthony Genovese this morning.
Good afternoon now. My name is Terry Hines. I'm one of the committee law members. President Hoover.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Anthony Beckford, District Leader of the 43rd Assembly District.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from the AD 47 District Leader and also the Secretary. Nancy Tom.
Okay. We will now conduct the roll call, starting with the 41st AD. Come on now, y'all gonna have to get a little more excitement than that. I gotta know y'all here. Where's the 41st? All right. The 42nd. I think the 41st is beating y'all out. 42nd. The 43rd. Do we have a 44? 45. It's okay, guys. It's okay. 46. I'm gonna skirt right over. 47. We're doing better. 48. 49. Is 49 here? Oh, you are. Okay. 50. All right, a little reserved. 51. That's what I'm talking about. 52. Now let me just make it very clear. I just want the 60th to know, y'all better not let the 52nd outdo us. But 52nd right now is pumping. 53rd. Okay, it's okay. 54th. Come on now, 54. 55. Oh, didn't expect that. 56. Okay. 57. Listen, I appreciate the 58. You know why? Because those two people stood up and it was loud and proud. Now, once again, I don't care that the 57th got like 10,000 people in. Okay? It doesn't even matter. The 60th, I don't care if we got 2 people, gotta sound louder than the 57th. 59th. That's right, 59th. Loud and proud. Come on, Maria, you should have stood up for that. Come on. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what has to happen. Y'all know what has to happen. The 60th! I'm sorry. I had to do it. I love y'all. Who we got last? 64, right? All right. I know. Listen, let me do this. I didn't forget y'all. I was just reliving my moment from the 60th. 64! That's right. Y'all gotta recognize more. All right. Let me clarify for the record that all assembly districts are present, okay? Because I previously said 2, but all assembly districts are in fact present. All right? Love you guys. Thank y'all for letting me have that moment. Okay, so the agenda for the meeting as delineated in our rules and the meeting notice is as follows. The roll call, right? Am I reading shit? Okay. The committee ties, as per New York State Election Law 6148.3, a vacancy in a nomination made at a primary or by a tie vote thereat may be filled by a majority of the members of the party committee or committees last elected in the political subdivision in which the vacancy occurs. Present at a meeting at which there is a quorum, or by a majority of such other committee as the rules of the party may provide. 3, filling of vacancies. 4, election of officers. This is the order in which things will go. 5, consideration of duly filed rules amendment or amendments. 6, report of standing and special committees. 7, open forum. 8, adjournment. Okay. Voting procedure. Is that me? Or you? Is me? Okay. Voting procedure and test. As per Rule 13, all recorded voting for this meeting will be conducted by electronic device. Each voting county committee member who has registered has been issued an electronic voting device, and those holding valid proxies have had those votes added to their device. We will conduct a brief test to ensure the devices are working properly, which we did. Okay, great. Committee ties. There is a tie in the 22nd ED, which is in the 49th AD, between Victoria Kelly and Nicholas Coe. As per the rules, we need to conduct tiebreaker election. At this time, we will utilize the voting devices. Click 1 for Nicholas Coe, click 2 for Victoria Kelly.
More explanation. You need to deal with the time. Yes. Okay. Yeah. 2.
I'll entertain the question after the vote because we're voting right now. Is that okay? Okay. Are we done with the votes? Are the candidates here? It's not a requirement that the candidates are here. I'm just asking, are they here so we can. Do we have the results of the vote? Okay. While we're waiting,
sorry, a lot of people are not voting, okay? Right, hold on, we're gonna do the process over, okay?
Okay, I just want to, can we have order? I just want to recognize the question, which was, that it actually was a comment, that you don't really know the candidates. So I am going to ask if we can have at least one person that knows the candidate speak on behalf of the candidate. Would that be okay with everyone? Okay. So is there someone that could speak on behalf of each of the candidates? Is it on behalf of Victoria Kelly? I would like to recognize Julio Pena, right? And someone who's for Nicholas Cole. Point of order. She just said that we were going to redo the vote. They will be allowed to re-vote,
Thank you. I'm sorry, what's your name? Yeah. Right. Okay, good morning, good afternoon. I'm sorry, thank you for, I heard your point of order. Let me respond. Will the assembly come to order, please? Thank you. The member who raised a valid question about knowing the candidates prior to the vote. Let me finish, please. She raised a valid question about knowing the candidates prior to the speech. Right? There's no requirement to do that in the rules. Not in your parliamentary authority, but it is a best practice because you want to know who you're voting for, right? If we were able to go back in time, then that point should have been made prior to the vote. The member who stood up raised a point of order, so I'm addressing the point of order, that the vote was already conducted, right? And so then to erase the vote disenfranchises those who voted because we called for the vote. That is a true point. However, no, ma'am, you can be seated. I recognize your point of order, and your point of order is well taken. Right, so it's not a debate about what you said. You're right. So where we are now is that there was many members in the room who were confused about what was happening and did not cast their vote. And so that also disenfranchises those members, right? Because their expectation, to the woman's point who stood up, was that prior to the vote, we would hear something about the candidates so they can actually vote. So we have what's called a conundrum, right? On the one hand, the point of order was well taken that the vote already transpired. On the other hand, there were people who did not vote, so those people themselves are also disenfranchised. It is my recommendation, Madam Chair, that we poll the room to see what the will of the body is with regard to what should happen next. Do we allow the candidates to speak, or someone to speak on behalf of the candidates and retake the vote, or do we allow what transpired to stand? So my recommendation is that you let the group here make the decision about which direction you're going. Ma'am, your point's already well taken. Do you have another point of order? No, that's not how point of orders work. It's because it's not a debate. You've made your point was well taken. No, what we're saying is that we're gonna allow the body, the assembly, to decide what we do next. Yeah, there is actually. Right, no, ma'am, no. The rule is that the will of the body prevails. And so, Madam Chair, you can take my recommendation or you cannot. My recommendation is that we allow the body to determine how we move forward from here, so that way no one feels disenfranchised. It's my recommendation.
So we're voting to revote.
Okay. So I'm going to take the recommendations of the parliamentarian, and I would like to hear the will of the body. All those that are in favor of a revote.
I'd like to make a motion that you're for one candidate, you're for the second candidate, we vote, and then we move on.
Okay, right, what she's calling for, right, the gentleman's point is well, thank you. There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Okay, so all those in favor, stand. Yeah, I can be seated. This is a motion for a revote. Are we clear about that? Okay. All those in favor of not doing the revote, please stand. Of not doing the revote. The ayes have it. You can be seated. So we have already recognized Julio Pena on behalf of Victoria Kelly. Is there anyone on behalf of? Okay, we will recognize Tony Cole. Joyce. Oh, Joyce? We will recognize Joyce Cole. We will recognize Joyce Cole on behalf of Nicholas Cole. Julio? Two minutes for each, and there will be time, Julio.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julio Pena III. My pronouns are he, him, or they. I'm the district leader. I only have 2 minutes. I'm the district leader of the 51st Assembly District. I'd like to speak on behalf of Victoria Kelly. Victoria Kelly is the former district leader of the 49th Assembly District. She is a pioneer in South Brooklyn, really behind a lot of the really close elections in the last couple of years, particularly supporting Justin Brandon for City Council, Andrew Gennardis for State Senate, Chris McCright, who is running a tight election in the 46th. Really a stalwart in our borough, and really rolls up her sleeve to do the work of the district, of the borough, and making sure that people are included at the table, that voters have informed information when they cast their ballot, and really just an overall amazing individual. And I would encourage you to vote number 2, Victoria Kelly, for County Committee. Thank you.
People want me here. My name is Joyce. I'm Nicholas Cole is our people in our district. So a lot of people doesn't see me because I'm the first year in the county committee. So the reason why I come here to announce Nicholas Cole because he's young generation. He got just graduated. So we need the young generation to involve more politicians. They need to know more policy. We need some change, right? We need our people. We need people from the community for our people. We need just common sense people for our people. Number one is our focus. So what you want? Number one. My name is Joyce, vote for Nicholas Cole.
We want to recognize point of order.
To vote on whether to re-vote disenfranchise all proxy voters as standing up did not include everyone who is a proxy voter, and so I don't know if this kangaroo half that was happening here, but that vote was not fair.
Can I recognize?
Good afternoon, Dominique Remenick from the 64th. I just want to say not only were proxies disenfranchised, but anyone with an ability issue. Some people can't stand or have difficulty doing so, so having them stand to vote also disenfranchised them. Thank you.
Okay. We did a vote of the people, right? And the people decided and how we were going to move forward. So we heard the point of orders, we recognize some concerns. I do want to move on to the vote based on the vote of the people. So you're not recognized. Not at this time. I can't recognize you and not, everyone else. I do want to move forward with the vote at this time. You're out of order. Okay. Let's recognize, I'm going to recognize the chair.
Guys, this is what we're trying to prevent. We are all Democrats, okay? And I see there's a push to have continuous infighting. Apparently, the first time we voted, a lot of people didn't vote, including proxy voters, okay? People did not understand. So yes, we understand the point of order, but you know what? To make it fair, people heard from two sides. People who are proxy voters, a lot of you guys didn't vote, because we saw that. We want to make sure that people understand and vote. If you're a proxy voter, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're a proxy voter. Okay? No, okay. You all, it's very important. Pay attention because you are representing a lot of people. Pay attention. Vote. And each and every one of you, if there's a question or some misunderstanding, please let us know. We're going to reopen it. It was voted by the body. It was voted by proxy holders. Some people, yes, had disability issue, could not stand. Some people who were proxy voters was against it. Some were for it. We just want to do the whole thing over, okay? That's the fair and right thing for every single person. Let's keep this party moving. Let's keep this meeting moving, honestly. We don't have time to be fighting, point of order, all of this. We don't have time for that, guys. We have an election to win in November, okay? This is what we are here for. We need to organize Brooklyn so we can move forward. Because the people, the Democrats, the 1.2 million Democrats are counting on us. And we need all of us to be unified and move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. We're going to move forward with the vote, and we'd like to put a time of 1 minute to get the voting together. Thank you. Can you do a time? So number 1 is Nicholas Cole. And number 2 is Victoria Kelly. Please vote starting now. Ten seconds. Okay, votes are closed. I can't see the results over there, but I'd like to. Can someone just give me? It's hard to see the results over there. Do you have it? Thank you. Okay, we have 561 for Victoria Kelly. We have 535 for Nicholas Coe. So Victoria Kelly is the winner. I think you want to recognize.
Rodneyse Hermelyn, Madam Chairman, thanks for recognizing me. The votes cast says 1096. We had a quorum of 1066, so that's what, 30 additional votes. So just curious to know how we ended up with a total amount of votes cast of 1096.
We need to find that out. I can't see over there, so thank you.
Yeah, the clicker thing is not a good, it's good enough to establish a quorum, right? But it's not good, it's not the official tally. The official tally is based on the check here, not the clicker.
We took the first vote in the beginning. Everyone who was in the room voted. If someone was not in the room, they would not have voted at that time, and that would not have been counted. There have also been people who have registered and come in after we've done that first vote. Yeah.
It's correct.
Can we get an update on the numbers? Okay, yeah. While we're waiting on the updates of the numbers. Okay, so the updated number is 1,096. Okay, so NED 39 Assembly District 54. Kurt Barnes was listed twice due to a printing error. Received the same amount of votes, so as a result, we are declaring him the winner by acclamation. Recognizing Julio Penny.
Kurt Barnes and Kurt Barnes Bichotte are two different people, a father and son, they're not the same person.
Julio. It simply says Kurt Barnes. So how do you determine? Right. But we have it as the same person. We don't have a Kurt Barnes Jr. here. But I'm telling you what we have.
Doesn't matter, they have the same name.
And you get to choose what name you want to go on the ballot.
Was your son in the race? Okay, did he put down Kurt Barnes Jr.? Is that how it's listed? How is it listed on it? Okay, they're just checking. And I'm sorry, you said it was Kurt E. Barnes and Kurt Barnes? P as in Paul. Did you? Yeah. Right. Is it potentially a runoff between you and your son?
Just while they're checking the record, just a clarifying question. So are you saying that you and your son both ran? Is that what happened? Okay, so if that's the case, you and your son tied. So then we have to find out who's the better candidate between you and your son. And as funny as that sounds, we appreciate the clarification. Thank you, Ms. Pena. That's important. Right. Yeah. I understand, sir, but that's not how elections work, though. So they're just verifying your son, and then it looks like we have a runoff election between you and your son. Is your son here? Okay, and so you can speak, and we need somebody to speak on behalf of your son. You want to speak on behalf of your son against yourself? Understand. I understand. I understand. However, it's a tie vote, and so there still has to be an election. Your son can't just say, "Dad, you got it," and unless he's here and he wants to withdraw his name from consideration. It is a legal tie vote. So that means that the people in the AD half voted for you, half voted for your son. And so once they confirm the record here, we may have to have another election. So just a moment.
Not yet. We first have to have nominated speeches. 51, I think. I have stuff to do.
Okay, so while they are verifying Mr. Barnes and his son, please order. I want to give an accurate update of the numbers based on current registration. There is 1,000, and that includes proxy and in person. There is 1,126. That is the current and new updated count for both proxies as well as in person. And more people are continuing to come in, so that number will be updated, and we will give you an update as they come in. Appreciate your patience. I know it's been a long time. We just want to get it right.
Point of information. Switch back to 50 seconds. Can the chair confirm, just to avoid any further confusion, that any further votes that occur will be done using the electronic voting devices, which we were all given instructions? We're not gonna have a stand up and count heads or anything else.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, it is interesting.
She did ask whatever. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you asked for point of information. I'm recognizing you.
I'm new to this. This is my first meeting. There are a lot of people talking. I should not hear you moving on to the next vote. Could the body please use the microphone and say, we are moving on to the next vote? Using the microphone.
We didn't move on to the next vote yet.
My point is, I didn't know how we got from the last vote to discussing who two people are that are on the next vote. Very confusing to me, excuse me. Very confusing to me how we went from point A to point B. There's a lot going on in this room, there's a lot of talking. Please use the microphone when we're moving on to whatever the next topic, vote, point of order.
So, thank you. We will continue to use the microphone. Okay, thank you. Ma'am? Okay, so what do we have? Can we have order? Can we have order, please?
I'm sorry, excuse me, Frank. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. We cannot do that, right? In chapter 20, in Robert's Rules of Order indicates that if a member will not come to order, they must leave the meeting. And you will be asked to leave the meeting. Right, so we cannot do that. Thank you.
Okay, so they're setting up the... Okay, let me pause for a second. We're all adults here, folks, right? Let's be respectful. I spoke about this earlier. I shouldn't have to remind anyone to respect each other. Please, let's treat each other how we expect it to be treated. And it's not fair to other people around you who really want to get this. Okay, so they are getting the votes together. They're setting up the vote for you to be able to do that. What we're looking at is, in fact, Kurt Barnes and Kurt P. Barnes. I'm sorry, sir, Mr. Barnes, are you Kurt P. Barnes? You're Kurt Barnes. You're Kurt. Sir, are you Kurt P. Barnes? Or, okay, no, okay. So he's the judge. So you're just Kurt Barnes. Senior. I get it. I'm looking at what I'm reading. Okay, is the vote set up? Okay, so you can also look at the screen. I cannot see it from here, but tell me who is one. Senior. Kurt Barnes Senior is 1, and Kurt P. Barnes Jr. is 2. I guess they're both. Okay, you're gonna have 1 minute to vote. You can start your vote now.
Come on, folks. Father and son, just pick one.
Again, can we have quiet in the assembly? You have 30 seconds more. Senior is 1, junior is 2. That's Kurt Barnes. Close the voting. Oh. Okay, I would like to announce the results. I'm going to need quiet. So we've got 1,034 for senior and 50 for junior. Senior is the winner. Okay, in ED, can I have order, please? In ED 18, Assembly District 55, no votes were cast, effectively creating a vacancy. These vacancies may be filled at their local AD County Committee meeting.
Nope.
We're going to move on. But these are here. Okay, so now we're going to move to filling of the vacancies. As per Article 2, Section 3 and 4, the Credentials Committee has received nominations to fill vacancies in the membership of the County Committee, which exists after the June 2024 primary election. In the notice of the meeting pursuant to Article 2, Sections 2 and 3, nominations to fill vacancies had to be submitted by 5 elected members of the County Committee from the Assembly District where the vacancies exist, and submitted to the County Committee office by 6 p.m. on Sunday, September 23, 2024. The Credentials Committee reports that of the nomination properly filed, the candidates nominated from the Chair. Sorry, folks. That was my daughter.
Priorities.
Okay.
All of the ADs who submitted filling the vacancies were uncontested, except for 3 assembly districts. The 3 assembly districts that had EDs that were contested were the 43rd, the 44th, and just this morning, the 45th. Okay, so we'll be voting for that. So all those who are uncontested, is the chair will move by acclamation? By acclamation. And I think for each of the ADs, we will have representation from each of the ADs to say something, right? That's the going process. Okay.
Madam Chair, how can there be something just submitted this morning when the deadline was Sunday?
It was 80-45, you're right. 80-45. I don't know if they tried to submit before. They said that they would like to submit their slate. But if everybody opposed to 80-45, and I think Mr. Goldberg, David Goldberg, if you want to stand up. I mean, you're right, Howard, but David Goldberg did give a slate, and I didn't think it was a big deal, but to your point, okay. But if you do not want David Goldberg and his slate to participate, please, let us know. Do you have an issue with that? You sure? Sorry. Okay.
If there's not a deadline, then there's not a
Yeah. We get to stand up and make an objection.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward, please wait until you're recognized. That's part of following rules too. I would like to recognize from the 43rd, someone from each side, from each slate.
A motion that we will vote first to exempt them from the deadline, and that passes, move to the vote. Yeah. So we first vote to exempt from the deadline, and then we do discussion of who will.
We're not able to do that. It will be out of order, and I'm going to hand this over.
Yes, your motion is out of order, right? Where we are, sir, right, by explanation, right? The chair allowed you to speak. She indicated that she is going to move on to recognize someone from the 43rd from both sides, right? So you did make your point. The chair decided to move on. And so that's what the chair decided to do.
I'd like to move that we vote on whether to move on or whether to consider my motion.
Yeah, right, the motion's out of order. Madam Chair?
Okay, So who is going
I
to
mean, that's a legitimate.
speak on behalf of the 43rd slates?
Are you gonna put them?
Please raise your hand.
Are you putting them up on the slide?
Who is going to speak on behalf of the 43rd slates? Please raise your hand. Anthony Beckford, is there someone from the other slate?
Where's Max?
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see with the podium and the, okay. We're gonna recognize, I don't know the gentleman's name. Nicholas Kaplan? Kaplan, okay. Okay. So we're gonna recognize Anthony and then Nicholas.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is District Leader Anthony Beckford of the 43rd Assembly District. Let me stand up. All right, so our slate is slate 1 for the 43rd Assembly District. These have been long-term stakeholders within our community. They've been on county committee for numerous years and have done their due diligence to make sure that the 43rd operates in a democratic way. They have been dedicated throughout the community, have also served, alongside their neighbors. They have been, adamant advocates within their EDs, and have actually, wanted to become, fillers, or as you call them, appointments onto the ED, so that way they can continue in their service to the community and so forth. And I recognize all of them for their service in the community. Like I said, they are long-time standing stakeholders who have been a part of this process, and has made sure that they upheld our democracy within the 43rd Assembly District, have participated, in various ways within the Assembly District, so that way we can continue moving along in a adequate fashion, so that way there is representation. So again, I am going for the slate, which is slate 1, and I'm hoping that we have your support for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Nicholas?
Thank you. I'm speaking on behalf of slate 2B, but I'm actually speaking on behalf of both slates. We believe that there are a lot of empty seats in the 43rd Assembly District, as there are in most of the Assembly Districts on County Committee, and it is our desire to just have as many people seated as possible. And if there were conflicting election districts between the two slates, we would be in favor of moving people around and getting as many people on County Committee as possible. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, it's time to vote. You're going to get 1 minute to vote. Okay. So these are vacancies. The names that are on the screen, there is a slate 1A and then there's a slate 2B. They're running for the slots that are in the same election districts. So.
No, these are the nominees.
Wait, I'm sorry. Please. I can't see this. Give me 1 second because I can't see what you're looking at. Give me 1 second, John. Okay, Rachel, so Joanne, your question again is? Can I hand you the mic?
Thank you. Sorry. I'll wait. Yeah, so I just have, my question is, what are we voting for, since the slide seems to indicate that those are the people that are filling the vacancies. Now I'm hearing they're the nominators, so I'm not sure why. I don't know what the issue is. Like, in other words, are there competing EDs? And if so, who are those people? Kind of thing. So I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing. Thank you. If somebody could explain that, it would be very helpful.
Hello, everyone. As you know, we've done this in the past where we've had something to represent each slate because there are many people on each of the slate. In one case, a slate can have 100 people. In another case, it could have, 50 people or 200 people, whatever. And you just can't put everybody on a slide. Okay, you're not gonna know everybody, which is why we have representation, which is why we have proxy holders and so forth. So slate 1 represents the nominating committee for that particular slate. Slate 2 represents the nominating committee for that particular slate. So you had 2 members of each of the slates to represent their whole slate. Does everybody understand that? Yes, it's the 5 people who nominated, they signed the form, who nominated the people to fill the vacancies in that particular ED. Yes, it doesn't matter. So the EDs that you see next to their names are the EDs of which the county committee members were elected, which is why they're eligible to be nominating folks. Okay? That's what that represents. Excuse me? Okay. All right. Let's move on with the vote. Can I?
Yeah, you made that point previously when you spoke, which was a good point, and you can do that in the district. So right now there has to be an election, but after that process happens, then you guys in your district do exactly what you just said. Remember what you said previously when you first spoke? That's best practice, right? Well, right, but you can't, right, so just so you know, you can't have a motion to supersede an election, right? You have to have the election. What you're saying makes sense, but you still have to vote. You have to vote. And then you're gonna have to do that in your district. Okay. Yeah. All right. The chairs articulated that we have the time constraint in the room, and so we're gonna move on.
We're gonna have to do this again, folks.
Yeah, and that's not right. So you're out of order, sir, and so, Madam Chair, I'm gonna wait for you. Let's move on.
Okay, so we're gonna move the vote forward, and you're going to have 1 minute. There's slate 1A, in which Anthony spoke on behalf of, and slate 2B, in which Nicholas spoke on behalf of. We're going to have 1 minute And we can start the vote now. There's 1A and 2B. 1A, Anthony Beckford spoke on. Are they press number 1 for 1A and 2 for 2B? So you're pressing 1 for 1A or 2 for 2B. You have 10 seconds. Okay, voting is closed. Next one on the screen. Okay. 766 for 1A and 319 for 2. Slate 1A is the winner. We will now move on to the 44th AD.
Point of order. As you stated before this process, Article 2, Section 3 says that the nominators, oh, now you've changed it? I mean, 2 seconds ago, there was a different slate of nominators. Now they've changed the slate.
No, Doug, we moved on to 44. Maybe that's why you see.
This is the 44th, and they,
Okay.
2 seconds ago, there was a different list of names on the 44th.
No, that was the 43rd.
It's okay now.
Doug, do you have a point of order? Right, maybe they just didn't change it.
Excuse me, everyone. This is ridiculous, okay? You have 2 slates here. My colleague here probably saw an old slide or something, but the real thing is the certificate of nomination, where the people signed and when it was clocked in. And those are the names, okay? It's here. It's here. It's.
I requested it since 10 o'clock.
You can review. Let's continue.
So, is there anyone to speak on behalf? Can you please find that for him? Is there anyone to speak on behalf of the 44th slates?
I'm in the middle of a point of order. No, you don't for a point of order.
You do.
This is a violation of the rule.
You do. So, can I get someone from the 44th? I'm going to recognize the chair.
Hi, everyone. We want to move this meeting along. We have this room till 2. All right, I know. Now, I am going to speak on behalf of the first slate. No one is here. I don't know them, but I'm going to make a point. We are the people that have the will to run. Whenever there's a set of Muslims who's looking to participate in democracy, there's an issue. Look at the names in the first list. They're ethnic, they're Muslims. Yes. And people, yes. Boo to the people who have, every district people can run. Every district people can run. Okay? So it's a problem. So I just want everybody to know that the vote is up to you. You vote whatever slate. Okay? And I'm happy to see diversity.
The objections are to your.
I'm very happy to see diversity. And we need to combat xenophobia.
We need order, folks. We need order. It's okay, listen, I'm here for the passion, I really am. But we have to be respectful, right? And we have to leave the room at a certain time as well. That does not mean that people are wrong in their requests. I just want to be clear about that, okay? There's a right to request information, which will be provided at this time, but we do have to move it forward. And so we are now in the 44th AD. We are moving this election moreover. We're going to recognize Doug for the 44th AD to speak on behalf of his slate, and who is representing the other side. And Rodneyse Bichotte recognized the 44th for her slate.
So, the 44th AD county. The county committee slate in the 44th is one of the most diverse slates you're going to find. We work hard to make sure that happens. And, you know, I speak especially to my fellow district leaders, to folks with a proxy. I have never gotten involved and told you who your county committee slate should be. I have never stood up and told you when there's a vacancy, objected to leader's choice as to who fills that vacancy. And so for anybody outside of the 44th to stand up and try to tell you and try to tell the people in the 44th Assembly District who should be the people on our county committee is outrageous. It is disrespectful. It is not collegial. If you want to have an internal fight, the first people are in here. It is the chair of the party from a different assembly district standing up and telling me, the duly elected district leader in the 44th, who has given the respect and collegiality to all of my peers, that you should vote for the people she wants, instead of the people that the people of the 44th Assembly District want. Thank you.
We will now go to the vote. Listen, everyone has a right to say what they want to say, whether we agree with it or not, whether you think it's true or false. So with that being said, we are going to move this vote forward. For the 44th, we have slate. What's the slate? What's the slate? Slate 2A? Okay, so we have slates 1A, in which the chair recognized and We have slate 2A in which 2B. So 1A, can someone please remove this woman? This woman has to be removed. This woman has to be removed. Okay, so let's go to the vote. You have 1 minute to vote for 1A or 2B. 1A or 2B. So you're going to press 1 for 1A or 2 for 2B. Again, that's 1 for 1A and 2 for 2B.
Number 2, y'all.
We are voting right now. Please wait for the vote to finish to raise your point of order. Voting is closed. We are going to wait for the results. We're going to move on to the 45th. I just want to recognize that person in the process while we're waiting for the vote. Hang on one second, okay? The results are in. What's the results? One A is 623. And 2B is 348. 1A is the winner. Just want to recognize, ma'am.
Asked for a point of order and asked to recognize her. She asked to be noticed several times before the vote. I would ask that you kindly allow her to speak.
The problem is that she wasn't assigned the floor, and what I can't recognize is disrespect. Everyone else was okay with following the rules, and I'm not going to do that. When she stepped in the front, that's when all bets were off. So I apologize. If somebody else wants to represent her views, and you have a point of order, that's one thing, but I will not recognize disrespect. Ma'am, see, this is what I'm talking about. Listen, folks, you cannot enforce rules by breaking rules. Okay? I'm gonna move on. The 45th Assembly District, we are going to move forward with that vote. Is there anyone that's willing to speak on behalf of the 45th Assembly District? I'm sorry. David for the 45th, is there someone else that we want to recognize? I moved on to the 45th. Is there anyone else to speak on behalf of another slate for the 45th Assembly District? Is there someone over there? Okay. Who's speaking on 1A and who's speaking on, what is it, 2B? Okay. Okay. David, are you speaking on? 2B? Okay.
So before I start, may I have a point of information? How many conflicting districts were there among the two slates that people will be voting on? Right, how much conflict was there? Like, I submitted 6 people in my, 6 people in my slate. I would like to know how many of those slots were taken in the other slates, such that there's a conflict. In the 45th, yes. All right. Yesterday. Yeah. So I feel a little weird doing this because though there is apparently some conflict between these slates, I have worked, or I'm in the process of working with the new district leader, Joey Saban, in our district, who's also running for assembly, so I want you all to come out and support him. That, unfortunately, due to his long schedule, running for assembly, it was hard to communicate with each other, and I did not hear from him on what slots were available. But he has said that he's happy to fill in anyone who doesn't make it today. So you can vote for me, you can vote for his slate. It's not going to matter. We're going to make sure everyone gets on county committee. I'm slate 2B. Committed slate 2B.
And Rodneyse to speak on behalf of 1A.
I just wanted to clarify, Joey Saban, who's the newly elected district leader, he's trying to make his way back, but there were no vacancies. All the EDs were filled, just so you know, which is why we have a competing. And I will say that when Mr. Wilbur came and he gave his, I could have said no, it's too late, whatever. But I felt that he shouldn't be part of the process. Okay, so I said okay. So and you're right, the rules apply, and I think we all said okay, we'll let his slate go through. We could have said no. We could have said no, but we all here said, okay, we'll let his slate.
Who's we?
Members here. All right. Anyway, we're gonna vote, and Joey Saban, he's a great asset. He's running for assembly. He is the Democratic nominee, and I hope you guys go for Joey Saban. And he's looking to get everybody engaged, whether they make the county committee or not. Vote for Joey Saban.
Okay, so we have 2 slates. Voting is open now. We'll have 1 minute to vote. We've got 1 for 1A and 2 for 2B. Yeah. That's 1 for 1A and 2 for 2B. Please close the voting. Okay, for the 45th, 1A has 737 votes, 2B has 341 votes. Okay, 1A is declared the winner. So also, for the record, the chair declares that all uncontested candidates nominated to be members of the county committee are elected. Congratulations. Sir.
I have a point of order about the chair of the executive committee using her influence to sway elections and speak on behalf of candidates. If no one is here on behalf of a candidate or willing to speak on behalf of that slate, there should not be the undue influence of the chair swaying elections.
Thank you for that. I just want everyone to understand and recognize that the chair is also an elected member of this body. And it's within her rights, just like everyone else is, to vote on behalf of people who gave her the authority to vote on behalf of. We're carrying proxies in here. She has that right. Are you suggesting or asking that we strip that from her? Because when you're in the same position, that's very undemocratic. For people who have been fighting for democracy, you're actually asking for an undemocratic process.
But she has the same.
So we're going to move on with that being said.
She doesn't need to be recognized, she just gets up, takes the mic and speaks. Other people get shut down.
But you're not recognized right now. So you cannot enforce rules by breaking rules. You can't do that. So you gotta sit down, sir. You're out of order. I'll recognize you.
Are you saying that if there's a slot that will be able to fill the slot if they weren't?
I'm gonna recognize you.
So a couple of things. First of all, there were a number of people who were uncontested. There were EDs that were uncontested. If you are here, you can get up and get your clicker and going forward, okay? That's one. We just had contests, right? We had 3 ADs that had contests. EDs versus EDs. Those people who won in those contested EDs are now eligible to get a clicker to vote. Now, there are some ADs that have blank or seats that are open. So after this organizational meeting, the ADC is called, the Assembly District County Committee is called within the Assembly District by the district leaders, by me as the chair, whatever, and they organize. The way we're organizing this meeting, you're organizing your Assembly District, and at that point, you have an opportunity to fill those vacancies.
Okay, so if there are open seats in an AD, but the same laws, those candidates cannot vote on the rules changes in this meeting, is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Right.
anybody who
Even
didn't
though there's
win,
open seats that can be filled.
Right.
We are not going to be allowed to fill those seats to vote in this.
in this meeting, exactly, yes. That's not what I'm saying, that's the process. If it's, okay?
Okay, lot that's been discussed. If you were just elected as a county committee member, please return to the registration area to be issued your electronic voting device.
You've been sitting in this room, you might as well get one.
Just a point of information, if it was an uncontested slate, but it's filled here, are we voting for that, or we can just go and get our clickers now? So like for all the other assembly districts that had put in, are we voting on that?
If you were in an uncontested race, you should go get your clicker. And we're going to stand in recess for 10 minutes to allow folks to go get their clicker. And then sir with the glasses and the green shirt, I want to recognize you.
I refuse to be actually I have to do a staff meeting and then I'll be back. Sorry.
That's fine. This is good. It might have been the way I cut and paste today. Maybe you can agree with it. Sorry. That one's fine. Yeah, thank you.
that. I want to see what the question is.
I'm gonna head out.
Peace out, everybody. The stream is over. It seems like it's going to keep going. Peace out.